All right, welcome to EggCellent Adventures with me, Reec, and BlackYard Chickenz. And today we have a very, very special guest, my man Heath from City Chick, and we met on where did we meet? TikTok.
It was TikTok.
Met
Absolutely.
on TikTok.
Absolutely.
Yep. I stole a lot of great things from this man right here when it comes down to chicken raising, and we wanted to invite him out to the show. He has a wealth of knowledge. He also has a full-fledged company. And we're going to get into all of that. But before we get into the whole interview, the first question we ask everybody is, what was your old cluck moment? The moment where you were like, oh, cluck, I'm in it now. I'm a chicken guy.
Man, all right. The first thing that comes to mind is when the first time I got locked inside one of my own chicken coops.
Wait a minute. We need a story.
Yeah. I mean, it was, we just moved out to our property where we're at now. Mm-hmm. And it's the way our coops are set up. I remember there was an egg that was in the middle of the middle part of our coop there. And I was like, man, why did she lay over there? Mm-hmm. And I crawled inside the coop, and the way that the door was set up to the coop, it locked behind me, either that or one of the chickens purposely, like,
I think it was one of the chickens.
And so I crawled in there, and the way that the door was shut, there's a gate latch on the back of it.
Oh, okay. Like it clicks in.
It did, right? Just like a gate latch.
Right.
It shut, and I couldn't push it, and there was no way I was fitting my big head out of that chicken coop door. Mm-hmm. And I had to call for help. Like,
wait. What was that 911 call like?
I had to call somebody that was in the house. I was just like, guys, look, and what was worse is we were having fence installed, so there were people on property working. So I was like, hey, I need you to come out. I need you to be discreet, because I don't want these people that are building the fence around here to know.
I got locked in.
Stuck. And thank God for cell phones, because, if this had been, prior to 2000, before I had a cell phone, I'd be stuck in that coop.
Still in the coop. So, man, I'm glad you had your phone on you.
Yeah.
So many times we just run in, let me just do something real quick, and don't have the phone, or the phone sitting on something else.
Man,
wow,
it would have been a hot mess. I would have been breaking out of the coop, man. So, man. that was my old cluck moment. But that's a great question. Absolutely,
that's what's up, man. I love that. I love that.
Old cluck moment.
My old cluck moment, when I went to Tractor Supply Company for dog food, and I left out with a whole brooder setup. I left out with the big tin bucket, the heat lamp, and this was before I stopped using heat lamps. I had the heat lamp, the pine shavings, the little feeder, and all this stuff. That was my old cluck moment. I was like, I really walked in there for a $50 bag of dog food and spent like $500.
Man, that's how they get you.
Yep. And I ordered baby chicks too. Ordered them from Hoover Hatchery at the same time.
That's how they get you. That's absolutely how that's and it goes from there. It is nonstop, man. Absolutely.
That's it, man. Let's talk about City Chick.
Absolutely.
How did this come into fruition? You were working a regular job. Did you have a couple of chickens and something like that, or what happened? Talk to me about that.
I'm gonna try to give you the short story, but we got a Christmas present of one small chicken coop from my father-in-law, Charles.
Wow.
Wilfield is no longer with us. But he built this small coop, and we got two chickens, Thelma and Louise.
I love it.
So they showed up on the scene, and we were just like, man, this is the best thing ever. We got fresh eggs. We had a lot of friends that were showing up, and they love visiting the chickens, and they're like, man, and this is in 2014, and they're like, we would love to have chickens too if we knew, but we don't want to commit to it. So we, after drinking a couple beers and a glass of wine, we decided
that'll get you there.
Yeah. And we decided that we were going to start a business, and we started renting chickens to people that live in the city of Atlanta.
Okay.
And we had a 3-hen package and a 5-hen rental package. Mm-hmm. And then, we started selling supplies, and we ended the chicken rental program in 2020, but we're still selling a heck of a lot of chicken feed supplies.
Wow. Yeah. Man, that's amazing, man. We have a thing called the hype belt I use on my regular show, but I'm gonna use it right there because that's an amazing thing. That's an amazing thing, man. So you get into the chicken rental business. Did you see like a big need of people saying, "Hey, I want some chickens, but they weren't fully vested"? They didn't know if they wanted to go all the way in.
That was 100%. There were people that were just they didn't want to commit because they knew the cost up front was going to be pretty expensive. There's a lot that you don't know.
Yeah.
Right. So you got to get the coop, and then Plus, with our service, you didn't have to deal with raising baby chicks. It's just, you have chicks that automatically show up the next day.
You got eggs.
You got fresh eggs.
I love that. I love that. Okay.
And so yeah, that was kind of we were taking a lot of the hard work away from them initially.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, this is great. We love it. Or, after a couple months, they could send that chicken coop right back with us. And then but yeah, that was the process. Absolutely.
Chicken rentals. I rented goats before. I didn't even know it was a chicken rental business. That's a story. We'll talk about that one day. Rent-a-goat people are making a killing right now.
Rent-a-goat people are doing great. Absolutely. I've met the rent-a-goat. They're great people.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Great people. Yep, great people. Yep. So tell me about your chicken. Were there certain types of chickens that you had, or tell me about that? Like when you were doing a rental business, or did you have a mix of different kinds?
That's a really good question. When we first started off, with we got too complicated in the beginning. We were trying to give like different colored eggs, so we had Easter eggers and stuff going out.
Yes.
But then we learned that a lot of the chickens, some of those Easter eggers were crazy. And they were hard. I was getting emails and phone calls saying, Heath, I can't get this chicken back in the coop. So we switched it and we moved everything over into golden comets.
Yeah, that's the first chicken I had. First two chickens I had, golden comets.
Yep.
That's what made me fall in love with chicken.
See? Yeah. And I really wish we would have done them sooner, because they are great egg layers, good personality.
Yes. Yeah. Brown eggs,
amazing. And so yeah, we switched everything over to golden comets, and that everybody absolutely loved the golden comets.
Yeah. The oldest chicken I have, Loretta, golden comet. Yeah, golden comet.
How old is Loretta?
She's about 5. I got her. She was already 2.
Good.
And she's about 5 right now.
Man, that is fantastic. Yep. So you got a golden girl.
A golden. I have a golden girl. It's a golden comet. I need to change her name to Blanche now. That's crazy.
Yeah. Man, awesome. So Loretta, so she's still laying eggs?
She's laying, but she is laying slowly now.
She's
slowed down, but she's still laying, and she bosses everybody around. It's crazy.
Man, so if somebody's getting into chickens, I always recommend golden comets. They're the way to go.
There you go.
Absolutely.
There you go. Okay. All right. So tell me about the family. Is the family involved with everything? Because I have one daughter. She's 6. She helps me get eggs almost every day. Man. Nobody else wants to deal with the chicken business.
That's the trouble with that, right? I unfortunately, I don't have any kids, right? But my parents, who absolutely, if I need to go out of town, my mom and dad, they're the first on the scene.
That's amazing,
right? So they love coming to watch the grand chickens.
Yeah, the grand chickens, I love it.
So they both grew up on a farm, and so anytime I have them call me, hey, can I come see the grand chickens? So. It's good. You got to have that support. Like your dad supports.
Yeah, I love it, man. He's been very instrumental with the support. I lost 2 chickens in a dog accident, and he came the next night with a box full of chickens, and he was like, "Hey, I heard about the chickens," and he bought me 4 of the most beautiful chickens I've ever seen. Man, it was a Wyandotte. I always say it wrong. Wyandotte, a silver lace.
Yeah,
and a white silky and a blue Orpington.
Man, he came through.
He came through. Now, one was a mystery rooster.
I'm sorry.
Another story for another day. He was a girl up until he started dancing.
It happens. That happens. Man.
But it was 4 beautiful chickens, man.
Yeah. So, but you have one of your daughters is super into it. And
Yeah. She's like, Dad, let me put on my chicken boots, and then she has her chicken boots. She calls them, and she's ready to go out in the yard. My teenagers, no parts of the chicken life.
So, and it's funny that you brought that up, because a lot of people rented the chickens thinking that their kids
would love it.
We're going to be into it and love it. And they were going to be little homesteaders. Man, those kids lost interest from what I know, after a week. And then mom and dad started taking care of them. And then after, a month or 2, chickens came back.
But that's the beauty of a rental business. You can see if it's for you, and then you don't have chickens that you in a coop for no reason.
Absolutely.
Yep. I love that, man. Heath, let's talk about your business, because as you can see, we got these wonderful bags right here. You can tell us about it, because you told me about it. We got black soldier fly larva, which I learned about this summer. I may have learned about it from you in your videos. I feel like I have, because I was doing mealworms first, and then I learned about black soldier fly larva. And then my guy Kyle, shout out to Kyle, one of my Red Bull guys, one of my friends that works at Red Bull. He's like growing all kinds of crazy roaches and beetles and stuff, and all types of stuff. So he was telling me about, he's trying to get strawberry flavored roaches. I'll tell you. I gotta get Kyle up here to talk about that.
Yeah.
But tell me about this business and how you got into the treats and the nutrition.
Well, chickens do need supplements. They need some, right? And they love looking for bugs, right? That's just, they are natural foragers. You see them out there scratching. And I did just like you. I was in the mealworms at first. I tried growing my own organic mealworms, and man, that's work. Right? I mean, it was just going through that whole process. But what I love about black soldier fly larvae is these guys can break down composted food. So what happens? Food that is going out to like grocery stores, or food that's being wasted from grocery stores, restaurants, they go into a compost, and then this part of this process that this particular company uses that I buy from, they produce all that from the composted food waste that would be otherwise designated for a landfill.
Okay.
Right. So this food, which would otherwise be going to the landfill, is producing these amazing black soldier fly larvae, which are great for protein for chickens. Good fat, fiber. So they produce this, and we decided, hey, we want to sell these chicken owners, and it really took off for us. I mean, there are a lot of companies that are doing it.
Yeah.
My company is the only one, as far as I know, that we supply our black soldier fly larvae in a compostable packaging.
So this bag, and if you guys are watching on the stream, of course, if you're listening, you can't see this, but this is cool. So once I empty this bag and the chickens get to it, then the bag actually can go into the compost pile.
Absolutely.
That's amazing. Right? That cuts my trash bill down.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. So it's just, it's the full cycle nature, right? So it's kind of waste produced the black soldier fly larva, protein for the chickens. Then once this, instead of the waste going and sitting in a trash can somewhere, it breaks down. It can be actually part of a compost cycle again.
Amazing.
So it's this whole kind of 360 process.
Amazing, man. I love that, man. So you guys are really, because that's what the chicken life to me is all about. Self-sufficiency, right? And then 100%. Also like a circle. So it's like, I got these black soldier flies, which flies are annoying to most people, right? But we're able to find a function for it. You got your chickens eat the flies. The poop kind of uses fertilizer and all that stuff. And then you got your compost, you got your trash. So the chickens pretty much tear up any food that's left over besides avocados and onions, right?
Correct.
Absolutely. And then you got your flies, and then it's like a circle of life. I love it, man.
Man,
that's cool. That's cool.
Absolutely. That's it. Chickens are just one of nature's most efficient little animals.
Yeah.
Like you said, man, poop, compost, eggs. Yeah. Some people eat chicken, so
some people eat chicken. Some people eat chicken.
So
right. I got it, man. Tell me about your introduction, because we met through TikTok. Tell me about your introduction to social media, and at what moment did you say, "Wow, this thing is crazy"?
Man, good.
Because you make some amazing content. I want anybody watching or listening, please check out his content. I've borrowed so many things.
Man, I really appreciate that, because I've learned a lot from your channel. I got started, I think I started recording, putting stuff on YouTube in 2016 or something.
Yeah.
And I mean, and if you go back, if you see our YouTube channel, the City Chick YouTube channel, the first stuff I started recording was so bad.
That's all of us though. This is getting started, right?
Yeah. I mean, and I'm still, I mean, and I'm fairly mediocre right now, but it is that first stuff that I was putting out there. I go back and I watch it, and it's still up there, but I cringe.
Yeah.
Like it is just so bad. And even earlier stuff on TikTok, I kind of cringe, but man, it is just, I remember doing YouTube, and YouTube was tough, but then along comes TikTok. Right. And especially during the pandemic, when everybody was on there. And then it was just, it took off, and I love the music aspect of it.
Yeah, you add a little flavor to it. And what I love about, I think, TikTok was, I thought it was for like young kids when I first got on there. And then when I looked at the demographics of people watching, I was like, oh no, this isn't for them at all. This is us TV. This is grown-up TV on the phone.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. When did you get started on TikTok?
I think it was maybe about 2 months after I had got the chickens. I had opened up my TikTok page, and it was for the radio stuff. So like, I'm posting interviews with famous hip hop artists and singers. And I think I did an interview with Jesse Jackson, and I put that up there. Wow. Right. And I'm like, okay, this is going to take off. And on a whim, I posted something about the chickens, and I'm getting a couple thousand views on this, but then the chicken video does like 40,000 views.
Stop.
And I was like, nah, this can't be right. This is not the case. And I started getting all these chicken people watching me, and I was like, this is amazing. And then the feedback was so positive. Like the feedback is different. So like I'm used to dealing in the entertainment and music world, where the feedback is more judgmental on the person I'm talking to, right? For the most part of the music or the product. But the feedback with chicken, besides the unsolicited advice, is more positive. It's more like people just wanting to shower positivity. Do you feel like that?
You know, I can see where you're coming from that. Yes, the people are definitely intrigued by chickens, right? Especially after like pandemic, there was a lot of interest in chickens.
Yes.
I mean, in 2021 with everything going on with like cost of eggs and stuff going on, there's a lot of
feed
interest
costs
in
and all that stuff.
But that makes total sense about how people, if you're talking to somebody, might have feelings one way towards that person, but that's crazy. So you went from, you saw the views increasing from the, you know what, my first video was going down a water slide on TikTok. I just
nothing to do with chickens.
Nothing. It was I was the same thing as you.
Yeah.
I was like, you know, what is this TikTok? I'm gonna post it was going down a water slide.
Yeah.
And it's probably still saved in my privacy settings, but I can but yeah, man, it was nothing
to do with chickens. Yeah, man. And after that, I scrubbed everything prior to chickens. And the TikTok is now BlackYard Chickenz. I don't even think it has my name on it. It's just BlackYard Chickenz.
No, man.
Yeah.
But no, I loved when I first came out, I was like, it was one of those instant follows, because like, man, anybody that calls the BlackYard Chickenz, this is priceless.
Right.
This is amazing.
Right.
And then I was like, oh man, this guy's got a website. You had it all set up. So well done.
No, I appreciate it.
I think, I mean, you really do there needs to be a BlackYard Chickenz TV show. Like, I mean,
hopefully it's on the way. You know, EggCellent Adventures and BlackYard Chickenz TV show is coming, hopefully.
Right.
And we're coming out to visit, man. And what I learned from you by accident, you didn't mean to teach me this, but you taught me this. During the pandemic, I think the avian flu was on the rise. And I saw your setup and I was like, I'm trying to get safety ideas, because you were talking about putting the mesh wire at the base of your coops to keep from digging. And I understood it and I saw it, but I'm a visual person, so I wanted to see it. And I think I messaged you and I was like, hey man, I would love, if you do take visitor, I would love to check it out, because I'm trying to get some ideas. He was like, oh yeah, we're just not doing visitors right now because of avian flu. And I said, oh, that makes sense, biohazard. And then I looked it up and I was like, oh, I need to take this serious as well. And I started buying boot scrubbers and all types of stuff. So man, thank you for that information by accident.
Absolutely. You know, hey, and I'm glad, and thank you for being receptive to that information, because you know, sometimes some people are not that
right. Yeah, some people are.
And how do you handle, as somebody that does get lots of unsolicited advice, how do you handle the unsolicited advice that comes your way?
Oh, I just say I'm gonna pray for you. That's it.
Good, man.
That's the best thing, because it's like I've learned that everybody has their own opinion and they're entitled to it. But sometimes, I'm gonna say the wrong thing. Sometimes there are people that we wouldn't typically listen to in public. Like, we know some people that we know, we like, oh, that person gives great advice. And we have some friends that be like, I'll go party with you, but I'm never gonna take relationship advice from you, right?
100%.
Right. Yeah. But they all are able to come on a platform and leave some information, right?
Right.
So I just try to take it like that. Sometimes it's frustrating when you see some things, you're like, I actually researched this, took a look at it, see that it works, and you're telling me that it's not working. Right. So sometimes I have fun with it. Like the puppy video I put up. I had my puppies. My dog just had puppies. Puppies going crazy in the background. Yeah. Somebody was like, oh, he's abusing those puppies. So I posted a video with me petting the puppies. Like, oh, I'm so sorry for abusing you puppies. You know what I mean? And then everybody else had a good laugh about it, social media wise. So cool.
Oh yeah.
But I love the way you have your responses to some of the stuff. You make a comedic response, man, and I just enjoy it.
You know, those people, I've gotten accused of exploiting my chickens. You know what I mean?
How did the chickens feel about that?
Like, you know what my chickens eat? I spend more money on those chickens, on their feed and their shelter. I'm going to exploit them a little bit.
Yeah,
I mean, they're going to get some.
Right.
They're going to get some views. They're going to be recorded. So yeah, I'm like, you know what? Sure, they get exploited a little bit, but you know what?
Right.
These chickens have better lives than probably, 90% of the chickens out there. So
absolutely,
just don't come for me.
Yeah. And your coop setup, just not just to feed the coop. Those guys and girls, those ladies are living in an advanced setup. It's like a mini mansion.
Man. my parents say that the chicken coops have a nicer room than they do. So that they say the chickens have a better setup. So
Man.
I have threatened to put them out, my parents out in the coop sometimes, but no, and that was just, it was important for us when we first started getting into them.
Yeah.
It's, you know, just, I didn't want them to have, I mean, a bad coop setup. So yeah, there's been, it's evolved, but yeah, I appreciate that, man. And you got a great coop too. Who built your coop?
Thank you. Chicken Partner
Okay.
built it out of North Carolina, but they have a lot of coops up and down the East Coast, southeast.
Okay.
So he actually just called me and said, hey, I got this other coop ready for you. So I'm gonna get another coop installed soon.
When does that happen?
Next week. I'm moving to 2 acres.
Get out.
So I'm old cluck. I'm in it again.
Congratulations. Old cluck moment, man.
Yep,
Dude,
another old cluck
it
moment.
has happened. You've got the man. So you're moving out to 2 acres and you're gonna get more chickens.
More chickens. And I'm trying not to, the chicken math is mathing right now. I'm trying not to be in chicken math multiplication too hard. Just addition. Everybody knows about chicken math. What was your chicken math moment? We got a little bit of time left. What was your chicken math moment?
Well, the chicken math moment was when we went from 2 chickens to 25.
Sheesh.
And it was sitting around looking, and we had 25 chickens in one room, the guest room in my house when we lived over in Atlanta.
You were brooding.
We were brooding.
I was about to say you had grown chickens running around.
No,
okay. Brooding chickens.
No, we had 25 like baby chicks that we got from the hatchery.
Yeah.
And they were in this guest house, and then they grow so fast. And then it was like we had all these cardboard boxes, and those things were in the house. We did it over the winter, and we couldn't get them outside, so it was like cold, were like, it was. We had they were probably 7 or 8 weeks, and I was so done having 25 chickens at 8 weeks old. And having to change out that cardboard
every day,
man.
And they muck up the water.
That was it.
Did you order straight run or did you order pullets?
We ordered pullets.
Now, how many roosters did you get in the pullets?
You know what? The funny thing is, we got 0 out of that first batch of 25.
Really? You are in the Hall of Fame.
I've
never met anybody that ordered pullets and got no roosters.
But we did when more chicken math happened, and we started ordering more. I ordered 10 Buff Orpingtons.
Okay.
Out of the 10, 3 were roosters.
Okay. That's more of my numbers.
Okay.
I'm at least 2 out of 10 every time.
2 out of 10?
Yeah.
Okay. And you order them sex females?
Yes, pullets.
Okay,
every
pullets?
time. Yeah. What hatchery did you use?
I used Meyer Hatchery.
Okay. Meyer. I'm going to try Meyer. I did Hoover. Okay. I love Hoover because what they did was they obviously couldn't take the rules back, but they did give me a refund, which I appreciate them for. They gave me a full refund, even though it was only 2. So I appreciate them for that. I also got mystery chickens from them.
Okay. Yeah. And I've used Hoover to buy golden commons before. They sent some healthy birds. Absolutely.
I ordered Rhode Island Reds and I don't know what I have. I still don't know what they are. They were like, we can't identify those. I was like, okay, no problem. They look like Reds. They lay olive. And some of them, I'm not even gonna get into it. But yeah, they couldn't identify.
But yeah, check out. I mean, Meyer. I've spent a ton of money through Meyer, and they actually, this past thing, I've done this series of raising baby chick videos. They actually sent me some free baby chicks.
Oh, that's amazing.
So
that's amazing.
And knock on wood,
right? It's in here somewhere. It's some underneath the granite.
Hopefully, and I haven't seen any signs of rooster signs yet. But out of those 8 that we've had, I don't see any signs of those becoming roosters yet. Yeah, so far Meyer's been good.
Cool. As we wrap this thing up, we got a few fast questions. All right.
Hit me.
What is your favorite? I think you've answered this already. But what is your favorite chicken for you?
Man, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say that golden comet.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Just personality wise. They seem to like to interact with people.
Yeah, they do. Right? They say I got one that jumps on my lap. That one. She jumps on my lap every time.
Yeah. And then, and just great egg layers. So I would definitely, for me personally, I love the golden comet. I think my second is going to have to be I love a good Buff Orpington.
Yeah, they're so round.
Yeah,
they're like little balloons and they're fluffy and they don't run fast. I love it.
That's it's so much easier to catch whenever you can get a chicken that's not
right.
Yeah,
you always get one that doesn't want to go back in the coop during coop time.
Man, yes, I was, and I have one golden common that is that way. She's just annoying. Absolutely, man.
I love it. Yep. What is the best purchase you've made recently? Best chicken purchase you've made recently?
Best chicken purchase I've made recently. Let me go back and think. You know, I can't say recently, but I mean the heating plates.
Okay.
All right. So
Okay.
just I'm gonna have to say, and I've bought these things probably 5 or 6 years ago, but these things have lasted me a long time.
That's amazing.
Right. And
was it the ones for brooding or the kind for the water? For the winter water?
It's the one for brooding.
Brooding chicks. Love them. Yeah. The fake, I call it the fake plastic chicken.
100%.
Yeah.
That's you can't. You need to market that. Put a copyright on that.
There we go.
Chicken. But no, those things have saved me. I've almost burnt my house down with heating lamps.
Yeah, same.
So just the heating plates are just the best purchase I think I've ever made with chickens. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Same thing. I think that's it.
Okay. Yeah. All right. And last question: chicken rumor that you have personally debunked.
Oh God. Short version of this. There is a large difference of quality in chicken feed on the market.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So
okay.
there's good baseline chicken feed. It's kind of like food, right?
Yeah.
There's good quality chicken feed. Then there's great quality chicken feed. However, there's a huge rumor that got started on TikTok that said that companies are intentionally putting bad product out there to get people to stop getting chickens and start buying eggs.
Right.
And
this is the wildest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Man.
It's like their only job is to create food to make chickens have eggs so we can continue to, that is the only way they make money. So, okay.
These companies are not intentionally putting themselves out of business. Right. And I don't like that there are only a couple major players in the chicken feed game that they have put out a lot of feed underneath different names, right? Yeah. So it's kind of like our food. There's only a small amount of people producing it. However, the companies that are making some of this chicken feed that, some people can't afford the really
great stuff,
right? But these people that are putting out a lot of the chicken feed on the market aren't intentionally. They've got poultry scientists working for them, coming up with the feed formulas. But to think that there's all these evil conniving people,
just sitting around like, how can we get them not to lay eggs today? No, nobody's doing that.
So they can buy eggs, which are, and then the government is making money off sales tax off of chicken feed. Right. You're getting more sales tax off a bag of chicken feed than you get off of eggs. Right. So, the government is not going to sit there and allow.
Hey, let's cut our bottom line.
Yeah. Right. So it's man, and I can't even tell you the craziness. So that is the biggest rumor, and I'm sorry to go on a rant about that.
No, it's we needed the rant. We needed the rant.
I mean, we needed the rant. It really gained a lot of traction for some reason, but yeah, that's it.
Okay, man. Heath, it's been a pleasure, man. I appreciate the time. Tell people how they can get in touch with you, order some of these amazing chicken treats.
Well, first of all, I just thank you so much for inviting me here. It's great to meet you. I mean, I think I told you you're the second person I've met. I've like somebody off of TikTok. So it's great to build some relationships out of that.
Absolutely.
But no, you can find me on citychickatl.com.
Okay.
All of our products that we have online are there. We deliver to the city of Atlanta. Okay. We ship. If you live outside of the Atlanta area, we do ship. Shipping can be kind of expensive. Okay. But I've got, if you live inside the city of Atlanta, you need the best chicken products, man. I've got the best delivery. Shout out to Walter, my delivery driver, best delivery driver out there. He's going to make sure that you get your stuff delivered. And we deliver within, a lot of cases next day. Okay. Great. Sometimes it's, 2 days, depending on when you order. Yeah. But yeah, citychickatl.com, or you can find me on TikTok. I'll be posting on BlackYard Chickenz over here, commenting, so you can find me through there. Yeah, absolutely, man. Great follow. Make sure that you check in with him across all social media and check out the website. Order some chicken treats, man. Great people. We appreciate you once again, man. That's a wrap for episode of EggCellent Adventures with Heath City Chick. We'll be back with another special guest, and we're going to get into that in a few. But right now, man, we're just going to wrap this thing up. Thanks again, Heath. Hey, thank you, man. I really appreciate it. Thanks for your time. No doubt.